That boy Tariq beat the case. That boy Tariq. Our boy beat the case. Shout out to Brayden, man.
The worst.
Brayden's a real friend. So we steered away. So you said Crack Pipe Joe and then Joe Rogan.
We gotta talk about Nasty Joe.
So what did Joe Rogan do?
Man, they had a compilation. He
had a mixtape, a highlight reel.
He definitely had a highlight reel. He had a mean 30 seconds of him going with the hard ER. You know what I'm saying?
She watching me like a nigga is cable. I'll be on no label, but my clothes be all label.
Don't be perfect. They say if you look good, then you feel good. Then I guess I'm the best. Roll the backwood, then get rid of the stress. Reconnect, cause everything going left. Life been a mess, so when I finally get a check, new Philippe on me.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of a No Label the podcast.
Yeah, this is
just
the
me and my
No
boy
Label
Nell
podcast.
here, kicking it.
Yes,
we do not have a guest, so we're gonna run down some topics. Nell gonna get into the sponsor.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean? We get into that guap coin, you know what I mean? Cryptocurrency for the culture. We get to it. Get to it. I was reading something that's like Bitcoin supposed to go like 300% or some shit like that. So
it's at like 40 something right now, right?
Yeah, about 44. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, man, you better grab you something. Grab something, hold it, and just see what happens. You can't move.
So we always say grab you something. Where can people buy Bitcoin, buy crypto? Give them some education now.
Shit, I get mine from Cash App. You get it from Cash App. You can get it from Coinbase. You can get it from, I like to use MetaMask because you see all the altcoins and stuff like that. Ethereum. Download MetaMask.
Be careful on Coinbase because a lot of people's accounts do get hacked and they do get scammed. I'm not gonna say a lot. Well, yeah, a lot because there are millions of users.
Yes, sir.
But it happens a lot, and then their customer service is fucking terrible, I heard.
No, I believe that.
So once your shit gone, you're not getting in contact with nobody for at least months and months and months.
Yeah, secure them seed phrases. Yeah, look that up. So secure your seed phrase.
And get you a hard wallet too. Get you a nano ledger.
That's a fact. I did a talk on cryptocurrency with shout out to Home Beneath Our Feet.
Shout out to Home Beneath Our Feet.
They had me come in there and teach some kids how to do just introducing them to cryptocurrency, like a lot of the stuff we talked about on here. So they appreciated it, they accepted it. You know what I'm saying? It was like 7th grader asking me about taxes on crypto. I'm like, bro, I don't even know that. Like, shoot, I got the email yesterday too.
That's good. He thinking about that though.
Yeah, bro, that's fire.
7th grade, what's that? 12?
12
years
12,
old?
13. Yeah, man, it's evolution, man. It's the evolution. We gotta teach the kids as much as we can. You know, I've been working with kids since I was 21, so I'm literally watching it like shift.
I've been working with kids since I was 5.
Doing what?
I was babysitting my cousin's shit, bro.
Nah, that's real shit.
At 5, feel me?
That's real shit.
See, niggas not gonna believe me. They all looking at it, they smiling. All right, I'm done. They just leave me upstairs in the crib like, yo.
You gonna get your mom in trouble, boy.
Nah, my mom didn't used to do it. She had no dealings or involvement. She didn't know what was going on. She left me with people who were supposed to be taking good care of me, but it said I was taking care of others. But so what topics you want to get into first? What you want to get into? What we were talking about before we started? The Rogan?
The Joes?
The Joes?
We could talk about the average Joes.
So you said Joe Rogan, and what was the nickname for the other Joe?
Crack Pipe Joe? Man, Crack Pipe Joe. Nah, that shit was crazy. Like, and it was like I was telling Mauro, like, I understand like needle programs and shit like that, but crack pipes, I don't see how many people you saving with a crack pipe.
So give the backstory on it. What happened?
So pretty much Joe Biden, they passed a $30 million bill or something like that to fund. They said racial equality to pass out crack pipes and resources for addicts in urban environments and stuff like that. And it's like I'm very familiar with like restorative like.
Hold on, so they're giving them the resources to get high
safely, Bro,
that sounds like what you remember on The Wire when they made
The little. Oh, I know.
what was it called? What did they call the area?
It was like.
It wasn't the pit. But it was for those of you who haven't seen The Wire, it was a certain area in Baltimore. They designated that area as, because there was nothing but abandoned houses, even though they found out there were still some old ladies living there. But there was nothing but abandoned houses there, so they made that the free zone to where people could sell drugs. They can get high. They gave free STD testing. They provided them with like clean needles and all that stuff. And that was to like keep the crime from outside of the rest of the city and just keep it like in one location. Yeah. So that's what it sounded like to me. Shit.
A little bit, but it's like I'm familiar with like needle programs and stuff like that. Like if the government supplies clean needles so people ain't like touching needles, ain't transferring diseases, like I fully understand that. But crack pipes? I don't get that. And what really pissed me off about it was like, it's Black History Month.
They be strategic with that type of shit. People be thinking it's just a coincidence.
I don't believe
it really
in that
don't.
Coincidence shit. Like we all understand how much crack devastated our communities, and it's like, if anything, we say that devastated us more than slavery, for real. If we really want to talk about it, because we had Black Wall Street. We had all of these things. We had our own businesses.
That's true.
Before pre-segregation.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But
hold on, Black Wall Street wasn't in the 80s.
It was before that. No, I'm saying like it was what, 1800, like 1800s.
Yeah. So what do you?
I'm saying that we had that's after slavery though.
Oh yeah.
We came out of slavery. We was able to have our own, get land, circulate our money with each other, and continue to do that. Segregation hurt us, or desegregation hurt us, I should say. Because we had our own shit, and then we wanted to see what white people had.
So I would agree on, I'm not gonna say the crack epidemic in the 80s was worse than slavery. You can say it had because it was a shorter period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So slavery was for hundreds of years. I don't really think you can compare that based on the time span that was going on for. But maybe the act itself, I don't know.
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking the before and after. You know, impact wise, because there were some people who came out of slavery and like were able to be well off, versus people who was on crack, like the crack era. It was a before crack and an after crack, like completely different of defining what we do as Black people. And that's how I look at it. And like, shoot, crack babies and just how people was making money, like just how we even look at people who do drugs today. We still call them crackheads. People don't be doing crack all like that.
Yo, that's funny. This girl I was talking to, she would really refer to everybody who was doing anything as like crackheads.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd be like, yeah, because you know the crackheads outside. I'm like, how do you know they're crackheads?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I mean, they're just out there like zombies. I'm like, there's like tens of other drugs they could be doing. Why are you just like saying that they're crackheads? That's high-key disrespectful.
No, did you see?
Imagine somebody out there just being like too high or like they got drunk and then people referring to them as a crackhead.
Bro, that's how much impact crack had on like the culture. But did you see Euphoria, the new episode?
I don't watch Euphoria.
Boy, I ain't gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna give spoilers, but this episode 5 might have been one of the greatest episodes.
Was it? It's
of
on the
television.
second season.
Huh?
It's on the second season.
Yeah,
bro.
One of the greatest episodes of television I've ever seen.
This nigga is gassing it.
I'm gassing it.
You are gassing.
I'm gassing. Like, bro, straight from crackhead.
This shit on
activity.
HBO, right?
Yeah.
Are they paying you? Cause how you gassing this shit, bro?
I need a check. You feel me? I need a check.
Like, nigga said the greatest. What did he say? Greatest TV show episode ever?
Single episode of like, yo, this is like great content, bro. I'm not even kidding. Everybody, bro, it was on the timeline, all on Twitter, bro. Like, she should win an Oscar for that as it being a TV show. Zendaya. It was crazy, bro.
Any show that everybody is like so crazy about and want to watch, I just like steer away from it. I was literally about to watch Squid Games, and then everybody was on it. Everybody was gassing. It was like, nah, I don't want to watch it.
I still think they gassed that shit up a little bit.
Unless I was already watching the show like prior to it getting hyped. Like I was watching Snowfall prior to it getting hyped, so obviously I'm not gonna stop just because people start watching it.
New season.
I watched Ozark like right before it like got popped, so I obviously still watch Ozark. Same thing with like Atlanta, Power, all that.
Yeah, Ozark had a good ass season.
Have you been watching Power, Book 2 and all that?
Oh, no, I don't watch
And Tommy new show?
Hell no.
You been watching it, Kemal?
Hell yeah.
That boy Tariq beat the case. That boy Tariq. Our boy beat the case. Shout out to Brayton, man.
The worst.
Brayton's a real friend. So we steered away. So you said Crack Pipe Joe and then Joe Rogan.
We gotta talk about Nasty Joe.
So what did Joe Rogan do?
Man, they had a compilation.
Had a mixtape, a highlight reel.
Had a highlight reel. Had a mean 30 seconds of him going with the hard ER. You know what I'm saying? It was real. It was bad. It was bad, and it was shit. People was calling like, "Yo."
And if you didn't catch what he just said, Joe Rogan was saying "nigga" and "nigger" a lot on his past past podcasts.
Yeah, and shit. I've definitely had like thorough conversations about this, like off camera, and I was like, you ain't gonna catch me on camera and defending the white boy saying the nigga with the ER. So, but one thing I did want like an understanding of is like it was so much going on is like being up in arms and emotional about somebody we don't listen to. It's not in our culture for real. I was like, bruh, let them handle that shit, bruh. I'm not, because I didn't like how India Irie came and was like trying to say like,
she took her music off Spotify, right?
Yeah, she was trying to make it seem like it was because of that, but it was like when I heard her talk, it was like, nah, bro. She was more upset that they gave her money. They gave him $100 million in her podcast. Like they not really like featuring her podcast type shit. So she took her podcast and she took her music off. So and it's like and I get that, but I was just like, bro, I feel like I see like as black people, that our outrage, I feel like it be getting weaponized too much. And it's like,
bro,
I'm not funding nobody's fucking agenda.
Bro, they be playing off of our emotions with everything.
Yeah.
When it came to the riots, when it comes to politics, the government, what they do is they play off of our emotions.
Yeah.
They know that we're passionate people. They know that we're emotional people, and they play off of that and everything.
So every time somebody say something, you all gotta look here and do this because you identify with.
Exactly. Even when it comes to pushing trends like we talk about. The reason why we're able to push trends and we're able to create culture is because we're passionate about these things and we push them. And they use that against us as well when it comes to things like the George Floyd, the racial, all that, the riots, everything, bro.
Yeah.
And people don't be seeing that. Like you gotta take the emotions out of situations and look at it from like a bird's eye view.
Yeah. And it's those same people that try to weaponize our feelings and our emotions. Them the same people that don't want to see Joe Rogan in a position of power because he combats them too in terms of like however he feels about C-19 and all that shit. They was trying to get rid of him then, but
C-19.
Yeah, you know what time it is with shit. But it's shit like that is why they don't want him to like, and they couldn't get white people to cancel him, so they're like, oh, call the blacks. Look through 12 years of all the times he said the N-word. He'd been doing a show every day for
exactly.
He's been doing a show for every day for 12 years.
Call the blacks.
That 3 hours long. Let's find all of them we can. I was like, bro, come on, bro. Like,
and mind you,
somebody had to really watch.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody was paid to watch all of them joints. Somebody ain't do that in their free time.
And mind you, I was watching Joe Rogan for a long time. I stopped watching him a minute ago because he started pandering and he was getting a little too PC for me. But I was watching him for a long time. He said things like that about Asian community, Hispanic community, a whole lot of different communities. So they could have put up a highlight reel or a mixtape of him saying slurs about all those different races and ethnicities and shit. But they chose us because they knew that we were the ones that was gonna make the most noise.
Yeah, and I keep it 1,000, like, bro, and like once again, I ain't about to sit here and try to defend no white boy saying that shit. So like whatever consequences he get from that shit is what he deserved, and know what I'm saying. But I got better things to do.
He's not gonna get canceled though. Spotify got too much money invested into him.
He brings
put
out
that
billions.
Bullshit apology. You seen the apology?
Yeah, he brings them billies, bro. If we brought out another Joe, if Joe Budden brought them, he changed their entire trajectory of their company.
Mm-hmm.
He brought them up maybe like I think it was like 2.5 billion.
He was the first podcast on Spotify.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
that's just him opening the door. But then y'all bring the number one podcaster in the world. He's bringing in a couple billion.
Yeah, man.
Joe Rogan took shorts doing was it a 1 year deal or a 3 year deal?
3 year deal.
3 year deal, 100 million.
I think it was 3 year, 300 million.
100 million a year.
Yeah, I think it was 100 mil a year.
He knew he was taking shorts. Come on, like, bro, they not about to.
And for that time span, they owned all of his content too.
Yeah, and it's exclusively there. Like, they're getting all of those viewers. Like, come on, bro. They not getting rid. It's like telling Apple to get rid of the iPhone. I'm not doing that shit.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
All right.
That's like telling Apple to get rid of the AirPods. Because the iPhone. Fuck it. So yeah, since we on that, I got. What do you think are some of the pros and cons of being a podcaster or podcasting? Because we don't want to say we're podcasting.
Nah, real talk. I definitely say, a lot of times you got to talk about shit you don't really care about. Like, I remember like when we was doing the earlier shows, we used to talk about some bullshit, like some shit. Like if I was not doing a podcast, I would not think about this
Name
for
an
more than
example.
2 minutes.
Like an old topic we talked about. She was like, "Why the fuck is this on the docket?"
Probably something with like Meg. No disrespect to Meg, but it's like it's three
We
dudes.
used to talk about Meg. Nigga. Only
We
time we
brought
talked
it
about
up
Meg
once.
was the Tory situation that I can recall.
Maybe. I think it could have been anything, like any. I don't know. It could have been like women's business or something. I don't know. It was some things or some artists who I just like. I don't listen to them. I really could care less.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember a specific one though. For what you
Yeah.
think? Some of yours.
You said a con, give a pro.
Oh, give a pro. Shoot, you get to see it. You kind of get to see an impact. Like I've lately been seeing the impact of just our episodes. People coming up to me saying "What's up?" or just like, "Oh, you look familiar." Somebody stopped their car like in the middle, like in the middle of a hurdle. I'm like, you talking to me, bro? Like I didn't know I was somebody. But yeah, definitely impacting the people is what I like the most.
I would agree with impacting people for my pro too.
Mm-hmm.
I would say a con. I don't know. You got to kind of keep a certain temperament or a certain like level head when you're
That's a fact.
like talking on camera. Because there's been certain times where I would just like, I don't know. I don't get what I'm really trying to say. But like people who know me and know my personality know that I'm like, however I'm feeling, like you're going to read that shit on my face. So if you talking about some bullshit or something I don't agree with, either I'm going to voice my opinion and say something about it or you're going to see it on my face like, I don't give a fuck about what you're talking about. So like when we have guests on and like they may be talking about something or like I think like what they're saying is some bullshit, I got to kind of like mask that or hide that.
Not showing on your face.
Yeah.
Not showing it on your face.
So I'll say that's kind of like the most difficult part for me.
Yeah.
And fucking syncing the fucking audio with the video clips.
Oh yeah. Nah, I don't know nothing about that, but shit. What was it for me? Like sometimes like when we're interviewing, I like not necessarily knowing what you're gonna ask next.
Mm-hmm.
Like I try to be having like a plan with it sometimes, and sometimes it's just like I don't be having nothing.
I feel like when we started off, we would have like a list and like share notes and shit, but then like we just got a rhythm to where we kind of knew like what the other one. Like we would have like pre-podcast meeting, probably like
facts.
at some point during the week, but
pre-production definitely.
other than that,
is
just
key.
kind of flowing off of each other.
Big facts. Yeah, man.
I'm trying to think of another pro, so I don't use yours.
Nah, man. Podcasting has definitely been an experience, and it's like, especially like getting that recognition from bigger entities.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we definitely got reached out from a couple people, different cities and stuff. So it's
I'll definitely
it's
being able to
gratifying.
network through, because I'm not really like a social person.
Mm-hmm.
So like being able to use the podcast as a way of networking, learn about people and their stories.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope too.
Definitely a conversation starter. Go to
Yeah,
the bar
facts.
and shit. Like, what do you do? Because then people want to talk all day.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Another pro, because I was somebody who like listened and watched the podcast anyway, is now like having my own. That's like having our own. That's like gaining some success and like really seeing the work that they put into the shit. Like watching $1 million worth of game, like seeing certain shit. Like, oh nah, they really putting time into it. They really know how to cut, edit. The certain lighting they have, like anything you watch, you kind of just like pick up on shit.
Yeah.
Kind of like in any profession, like when you start making beats, when you start like hearing beats
Studying
and
the
you learning
competition.
certain shit, it's like, oh no, I really knew what it took to make this beat, and you have a certain level of appreciation for it.
Yeah, it definitely is. Because you kind of look at it with a different eye and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'll look at him like, oh, damn, the lighting off and that shit. Or like, ooh, he should have asked it like this. Like,
bro, I be like noticing cuts. Like I can tell. I was watching Earn Your Leisure, a 2 Chainz interview, and I literally like seen like it was very minor, but like when they cut between the scene, like I was just listening to it, and then like I don't know, it kind of switched kind of sudden. I was like, hold on. So then I looked, and I seen that they like cut it. You feel me? But like I feel like I wouldn't have caught that if I wasn't editing podcasts all the time.
Yeah. What's
That's low key some nerd shit though.
Shit, nerd shit, man, get you paid. Nerd shit will get you fucking paid.
What was you about to say?
I was gonna ask you about other podcasts. Like, what are some other podcasts that you watch? Other than like $1 Million.
Earn Your Leisure, for sure. That's the most important podcast in the world to me, and especially in the Black community. If you're not tapped into Earn Your Leisure,
at least our generation for sure.
Then you're not really trying to, that generational wealth shit everybody be preaching and talking about. If you're not tapped into Earn Your Leisure, you're not really on that.
That's facts.
Earn Your Leisure, $1 Million Worth of Game, Big Facts podcast for sure. Shout out to Bank, Scream, Baby J. At Charleston White interview.
Oh my God,
we gotta talk about that. Big Facts, Gilbert Arenas podcast, No Chill for sure. All the Smoke. Shout out to the Mallory Bros. It's these twins. They out of the DMV. When I was in Virginia for a summer, one of my homies put me onto them. Mallory Bros. Just one more that I really be tapped into. I Am Athlete.
Yeah, you mentioned that joint.
What about you?
Shit, I definitely.
No Jumper for sure.
I watch Big Facts. I've been watching Roy and Mal.
Roy and Mal. They changing the game, bro.
Yeah, they definitely doing some good content. And some of them I can't even remember the names for real. One joint I really do like is Impact Theory. He like
85 South Show. That's number 2.
I'll be watching the joint Impact Theory. Impact Theory is big on like mentalities of like people who've achieved great things. So it's like really diving into
tough.
how they think and what allowed them to be able to accomplish this thing.
Who hosted?
I don't even know this dude's name. I forgot his name, but he's an interesting dude. He diving into crypto and all that stuff now. He behind us, man. We was talking about guap coin and all that way before. You know?
Hey, we had somebody DM us was like, "Hey, where can I buy and stake guap coin?" If you don't know what staking and crypto is, you can look it up.
Go to
matter of fact, you could explain it.
Yeah, go to guapcoin.org. It'll give you all the information you need there. But like staking is pretty much it's almost like putting a like bond on your money. It's like throwing it in the savings account. Like, I'm not gonna touch this for however long period you set, 6 months, a year, however much, and it will compound interest. It'll yield a certain amount of interest for that time it's locked up where you can't touch it. But by staking it strengthens the network because it assesses value. Like, okay, they're always going to have this much because people lock it away and say they're not going to use it and spend it because they see it as valuable.
And depending on what the coin is you're staking, like certain coins have like different rules for if you stake. So some, if you stake and you have a certain amount, you get say-so on like how the coin or how the production of the coin moves forward.
Trading voting rights and stuff like that.
So you have a say-so on that type of stuff.
Facts.
It's definitely cool.
When you stake, it's like a CD. Certificate of deposit.
In a way, it's kind of to me. It reminds me of something like some of those like retirement accounts. Like, you lock it up, you can't touch it. Like, but it has a higher % of interest on it. So it's just like you can't touch it for a certain amount of time. It'll take a longer time to unlock it and get it out, just like it would for a bank type shit. So some of them joints are definitely interesting. It definitely is worth looking into. They have. I ain't giving that one. Like, but it's like look up like high yielding cryptocurrencies, and it'll give you a list of different stuff.
You could do that for stocks too, high yield dividend payments.
Yes, sir. Hell yeah.
So something I think is, what you about to?
I'll say you want to jump into that Charleston White shit?
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I feel like with that we might get into mad different shit. So I just want to say what I was about to say real quick.
Go ahead.
Because I don't really think we can talk about it for long. So what I think is very important news: Future Hendrix executive producing Donda 2. Very important news.
That's gonna be a very toxic album.
Yo, bro, I'm tired of y'all, man.
No, I'm saying it's gonna be great. I think
That's not all
the
he
greatest
makes.
toxic album of all time.
That's not all my man's make is toxic music. But
Do you see how Kanye is going? In the
yeah,
music
he's
right now?
definitely moving crazy,
Who you think back there coaching him?
bro. Future.
Come on, buy the house across the street.
That's something Future would do for sure. That's something he'll do. But he wouldn't be out there crying for, I want my family back. I want my family
He's
back.
saying I got I
want my family
please,
back.
I want my family back. She said, get rid of your girlfriends. He gets a new one. That's
All right,
not
so like
toxic.
this, the behind the scenes plays that he's not really. Whenever Kanye talks, that's Kanye. That's nothing to do with Future.
For sure.
But all like the behind the scenes plays, all right, Future might be coaching him.
Future is a genius.
But anyways, the album's gonna be great. My question is, do you really think he's executive producing it?
Yeah, I think so because Future makes stadium music for real,
Mm-hmm.
And I think I read somewhere that was like if it can't be played at like weddings, a stadium, like birthday, or it was some other like big event or like a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
He said
A
it
funeral.
won't. Yeah, it won't make the album. Like it won't make Dante 2. So like only the biggest of the big records is gonna. And with Future's ear on it, Future's ear is crazy.
No, we know what
So,
Future's gonna
and-
provide.
and,
I'm
like,
saying,
mixed
but
with
do you,
Kanye.
do you think it's one of those things where Ye is just like it was just like in the moment? Future executive producing Dante 2.
No,
You
no.
know how Ye go.
Nah, he knew, bruh. Is Atlanta right now because of Future.
Duh, nigga. Who you telling?
So I don't got to question whether or not Kanye know
I
that.
don't think you get what I'm trying to ask.
What you
But,
asking, man?
Bro, I'm asking you, do you think that it's actually, we're not saying could it happen, we know it could. We know how it would sound if he did. We know why. Like if he was actually doing it, we know why Ye would be getting him to do it like you just explained. But knowing Kanye, do you actually think this plan is gonna go through with Future executive producing the album? Not just Ye saying it, they do it for a little bit, then it gets scrapped, like he's done with everything else, like he did with all of Donda. He's supposed to do a collab album with mad fucking people by now. You get what I'm saying, bro? Like, I'm saying, do you really think that it's gonna happen?
Yes,
All right. Do you really think Donda's coming out on 2/2/22?
yes.
I don't think that.
I do because I want to say they just had a listening party.
And
It wasn't in the stadium. It wasn't in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
so,
I think
nigga, the first
I think
the
it-
Donda listening sessions, bro, that shit lasted for like 3 months.
but he wants to drop it on 2/2/22. I don't think he wants to miss that date because there's so many people dropping on that date. Please, like,
Hey, bro, I came up with this idea first from my boy Two Broads. We talked about this shit in November, bro. I was like, yo, because he was saying 2 tape, I'm gonna drop it in December. I'm like, no, bro, your name Two Broads, you dropping a 2 tape, you gotta drop it 2/22/22. I promise you. I said that before all these niggas. He gonna co-sign it too.
You heard it here first.
Right here first, my boy gonna co-sign too.
Nah, it's gonna be a lot of music out that day. It's definitely gonna be interesting.
Smirk dropping too.
Smirk dropping.
Smirk
Think CJ Fly dropping too. He dropping
CJ. Pro era.
Slime Shack. They about to drop something on 222.
Shout out to the slime, skating them boys.
Yeah, it's skate birthday, man. Happy glow day, bro.
Yeah, happy glow day, my boy. It was yesterday.
It wasn't today.
I think it was yesterday. Big 3-4, Walter Payton.
Come on.
So, Charleston White, Big Facts interview.
Yeah,
One of the most important interviews.
it was like, bro.
That's one of the best podcast interviews
I've ever seen.
in history.
It was up
bro.
there. Cause
And that's if you go into it with a clear and open mind.
yeah, cause
You have to.
I didn't like. I'd keep it 1,000. I didn't like him when I first heard his name, and I'm like, I
I didn't
always
know too much
ask,
about him.
like, why do they keep interviewing this dude? Like, I don't understand why they're giving this dude attention. But then in the Big Fact interview, and he said, oh, I'm gonna be. He started it off like, I'm gonna be a person today. Like, I'm not gonna be the character of Charleston White. I said, okay, and he dropped it. Like, he from anywhere from gangs to really
Being a man.
impacting your community, to just like internet weird shit, like people trying to live their personas, being like
He started off the
covered
interview
everything.
he was like, hold on. Y'all don't look at the internet as entertainment? Because if y'all don't look at the internet as entertainment, then this interview, we might as well stop right now. Because that just let me know where y'all had that off rip. Like, I think this shit is real life.
Yeah, bro.
Because he was saying all the, what was he saying? He was like, all this internet stuff I'm doing, I don't got to show that I'm, like, helping the people or I'm doing things in a positive manner, whatever. When
they shut down jails.
Yeah, when behind the scenes, like,
He's
I'm
literally
making an
shutting
impact.
down jails.
Yeah.
Like, that's different.
So
like,
when I'm on the internet, like you said, I'm a character.
He said he'd be acting his ass and then go right to the town council meeting and get a couple of laws changed, and they all listening. They gotta listen to him because they know if he say something, his name gonna be in the tabloids, all over the internet. It's smart as hell.
He said a lot of stuff that I don't think that we gonna talk about though.
Yeah, but what about the rape stuff?
Yeah.
Bro,
I mean, it was
some
real shit though.
Because when I heard him say that on, like, he was talking to like Whack. For those who haven't heard, he was saying, when I was young, we was going around raping white bitches. And I was like, yo, this
I
is
said,
crazy.
I don't think we gonna talk about that, nigga Nelson.
I said, yo, this dude is crazy. No, I really thought he was like, I was like, oh, he's just crazy. He's gonna go to jail. But
see, that was on Clubhouse, right?
Yeah,
I had never seen that. I just seen when he said it on the Big Facts interview.
I seen it, and I was like, but then he was talking about just like when he was a kid, like 12, 13, they was running trains on girls, and them not knowing if it was a one extra dude, 2, 3 extra dudes, technically that's statutory. You know what I'm saying? He said he didn't know, and it's like that's real shit, and it's like I completely understand when he put it in the context. You know what I'm saying? But like, he was just talking about how as men, like, we gotta do better. Like, people hate on him, but it's like be advocating like for dudes who be talking about raping their raps, who probably have really done that. Who have really done this shit.
But why y'all not saying it to these rappers?
Yeah, and he was talking about like people want to come out.
Everybody in the room was silent when he said
the realest shit he said was, y'all talking about y'all want to hurt me for the things he was saying about like the gang members. You want to hurt me for talking about grown men who was being in their feelings? You random person, you want to hurt me because I'm talking about a grown man being in his feelings. I said, oh yeah, he know what he's doing. I said he knows exactly what he's doing. He said
what was the other thing he said? I think it was like right after that it might have been.
Bruh, he said some shit. He was like, this, you could tell he knows his laws. He said, I'm a small dude. The dude's talking crazy to me online.
If he over 200 pounds.
He said, if he's over 200 pounds, your body is considered a weapon, according to law. So if you threaten me, you're threatening me with a deadly weapon. I can act.
And then he was talking about how the dude, he said the dudes came to his house and he set up like a war, like he had like guns lined up and shit. He said 3 dudes come to his house, how he the only one that end up in jail. People not really like that, bro. They not saying what they preaching, they not living it.
Yeah, bro. It's very interesting. Definitely worth watching. Like, I feel like every black person, if you listen to hip hop, you should watch it.
Oh yeah, and when he was saying about the dudes getting their feelings, he was like, at the end of the day, none of these dudes is gonna hurt me. They just want to find me and then talk to me and talk at me, because people use this excuse of, because you say you gonna call the police. Well, somebody who really like that and is really about that life, they don't care about the police.
Super facts.
So what does that have to do with anything in this situation? His point.
Yeah, bro. Definitely an interview worth watching. If you got kids growing up watching, loving hip hop and understand, like, who want to further understand our culture and stuff, like, check it out. Check it out. It's definitely worth it. Shout out to Charleston White and what he's doing off camera.
Facts. And I don't even follow him, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start watching his YouTube videos though.
We'll see. He was talking. He recently did a thing about. He was like tearing up talking about Crip Mac, because he used to be Charleston White used to be a Crip, and we was talking about earlier. Crip Mac just got he got DP'd by the Crips for whatever reasons they see fit. Like
he was on, I guess some old Facebook post came up with him like repping another gang and saying all that shit.
That's their politics, you know what I'm saying? However they handle their situations, that's how they handle it. But he felt for him because these people who say they love you, you know what I'm saying, would do anything for you, then why are they beating you into the ground to the point you never gotta go to the hospital? And which is valid.
That's the culture. That's their culture.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's different culture, different strokes for different folks. They're like, yeah, because we definitely appreciate all of our listeners. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely been a blessing, and we want to do stuff like this more, like get back to this and blend them all together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
make a real full production. So we gonna continue to, you know what I mean, create content and get it going. We got some good surprises for the year. This year is looking real plentiful. A lot of abundance talk. You know what I'm saying?
And we ain't gonna let no outside influences stop the grind, man.
At all. The train don't stop. Never can. Can't stop,
Sir.
won't stop.
All right, man. No label to pop. We out.
Peace.
She watching me like a nigga is